Okay, today we're going to be looking at using cubic structure in our work, in drawing. We've got plastic brain here, which is good in a sense because it means that it's not something that a face or a table or a chair, something that we're kind of familiar with. So we'll just be looking at pure form here. And I've drawn on them there, you can see I've drawn on the brain some squares, just to denote where the actual tiling type squares will go and the kind of direction that they'd be in, almost like cubes assembling the structure here. We take away the brain there, you can see the kind of drawing that I've done underneath, pre-drawing. What I'm going to do is basically look at creating cuboids and spheres. I'm going to draw this part here, in here, trying to find natural edges, almost breaking things down so the cubes, spheres, if you can get them, maybe some triangular forms, and you can see what's happening. There's a kind of a system here where the actual part of the brain here is moving in and out, down and around. The only way you can get that is to be looking at creating blocks. It's Lego-like, as though you're on that construction. And again here, you can see the ridges slightly further down here. So you use your pencil to create perspective. Obviously the plots which are nearer to you will have the pencil obviously a bit darker. But you can see just by looking at creating small cubes and quadrilaterals, you can see that there's a difference in the way that the approach. The old time here, if you look at this, we would do our contour lines, but they will only kind of measure in some ways where the form is going. It's when you put the contour lines together with cubes that you can actually see what is actually happening. So this is a much more accurate way of drawing. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Lucian Freud, all the great artists would have discovered looking at blocks. You can see that in so much in Freud's painting, it's almost like block, like Leonardo, and Michelangelo's sculptures obviously have that effect. And you can see where these lines are going. And what I'm going to do is rub them out slightly, and this will enable me to create shading on the actual part of the brain that we've got here. So what I'm going to do is just look at where the cubes will follow, and automatically your pencil has to follow almost like these small mini blocks or mini books, and you can't help it. You've got them in the right positions to see what is happening here. Again, over here, you can see little curves here. The big blocks come down here like so. What we're going to do is basically look and try to see where best these blocks will fit. We can see around here. So when we shade on the bottom here, we're shading across and up, and you can see how much more three-dimensional these things are appearing now on the brain. Little edge here, little edge here. Now what I might do is try and beam out a little bit. We go there, and then we're looking at the bottom part here, just at the bottom. Here we go, and you can see that here there are elements like a triangular effect there. You can shade these parts in. This part of the bottom membrane of the brain. You've got small, almost cylindrical forms which we've created. You can see when you shade those. Again, the triangular effect is so much easier to shade once you've got blocks of structured form in there. Now you might think this is too blocky initially, but that will happen. You won't get everything right straight away, but the more subtleties you can get into your work, the more you get these tiles almost becoming invisible after you've got so many kind of years of experience As you can see on this part here, I've got an idea where they're going, so you subtly shade in those areas, and the form is magnificently created. Now this will apply to anything that you do. If you're painting, you would follow the cubic lines with monochrome, if we're going to do monochrome, and obviously when we're shading with pencil, it's quite self-explanatory. Okay, that's the end of the demo.